Good afternoon, retail traders. This is Washboard Jim with a Sneaky Snake trading strategy. I'm going to tell you about what I've done for the last 4 months and what I'm going to be doing next. Just one video a week on a new diet that I'm going to have. I've been on a salad diet with fish and chicken, and no hamburger, no meat, no real hard protein in it. And I've lost 20 pounds. I'm walking. So I've been on a major diet. I wanted to lose a little bit of weight, get back to where I was when I used to box. I actually put on my old disco shirt from 1976. But as I get older, your health and your food, I think, comes a lot more important. It should be important in most of your life. But I've really made a big life cycle change. And so I'm going to start changing my other diet that I had into a protein diet. I need to burn a little less sugar, be taking a lot less sugar in, no carbs, and purely protein and some vegetables and a few fruits, apples, maybe an avocado. But this afternoon, I made what you call an hamburger egg muffin. And I'm going to show you what they look like here. This is once they got them in the pan, and this is what it looked like before I put the cheese on. And I'm going to give you a description of kind of what I put in this here little pie. And at first I get in there and I cook up the hamburger and I add the garlic, and I get that all going real well. And I got some real good butter, grass raised butter. And I use that to put in the pan too when I'm cooking the hamburger. Instead of any kind of oils, any kind of oils, I just use the butter to add to the hamburger. And this is real good hamburger. It'll run you about $7 a pound if you go into the grocery market and look for the farm raised stuff. Not the stuff that you see packaged up that has all the dye and all the chemicals in it, but this is pure beef hamburger. So I take and I chop it up in my iron skillet. I cook it in an iron skillet. And then once I get that all cooked up, I start to add my spices. Once I'm getting in there and I start cooking it up, the spices that I use, besides the garlic, will be tablespoons of garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and salt, and a little bit of pepper. Then I throw that in there and kind of cook it for a while until it gets all ready, and then I'll take it and put it off the stove, and I'll get my egg mixture ready. Also, I'll add spinach. Once I get it up to a certain level, I'll add the spinach in there, and then I'll add parsley inside of it too. So I add about a cup, maybe 2 cups of spinach. This is a pound of hamburger that I'm mixing this up with. Then once I do that, I get my eggs ready. So I'm using farm-raised eggs, the good kind, and I get 6 of them in a bowl and I chop them all up. And I add a little bit of parsley in there too. And I stir it up, and then I get some cream, some heavy cream. And I'll pour about 1/4 to 3/4 a cup of heavy cream in there and mix that all up. So when I get that all ready, I'll take the hamburger that's cooled down already, because you don't want to be cooking, you don't want to put it on hot meat. Once I get that all whipped up real good, you got to whip it up for a couple minutes. Once it's whipped up with a whipper, I'll throw that hamburger in there, and then I'll scoop it into this muffin pan. Now the muffin paper that I'm using is all natural, no color, no dye, no nothing. Just all natural, and I know I'm not getting no chemicals in that also. So I turn the oven on. While I'm doing this, I'll have the oven on up to 350, and I'll wait for it to hit 350, and then I'll shove it in the oven. I'll put the cheese on top of it before I do that, on all of them. You could use sharp cheddar cheese, or I'm using mozzarella in this one here. So I stick it in the oven for 20 minutes, turn on the timer, pull it out, voila. Then you can garnish it with parsley at the end. And that's the way they look. And I'll show you how they look here. And I'm going to show you what else I added to this here mixture. When I put the hamburger and I put all my spices, I decided to go ahead and use Collagen Peptides. That's going to help with my bones. It's going to help with my hair. It's going to help with my skin. And it's going to, what else is it going to do? It's going to help with my joints. It's going to give a little bit more cartilage down there in my joints. So this was the first day I've tried it out. You can put this stuff in coffee. You can mix it in a smoothie before you go to bed. But these muffins I'm going to be eating for breakfast. And maybe, if I need a snack, I can grab it on the road, take it to one of my jobs, and have something to snack on while I'm on the road. So by the time it's said and done, they end up looking like this. Here's the total pan once they're done. I put the parsley on there. And that's how they look when they're finished. This is after 20 minutes in the oven. I don't think you want to go much more than that. You want to check it at that 20-minute mark at 350 or even a little bit sooner. But when I tested them, put the knife down the middle, it was all nice. There's no juicy in there. And the liquid that comes out of that, they're easy to take out of the paper. And they're just delicious. I couldn't believe how good they taste. It's 5-star stuff. So I'm adding collagen peptides to it. I'm going to see how this works out for me. It's got cow, fish, chicken, and egg in here. So I'm getting all them nutrients to go along with protein. That's it. They're fun. They're easy to make. They're very enjoyable once you do got them done. This is the Protein Palace, and I'm going to try to bring you a new recipe every week if I have time. And I'll be thinking about what am I going to make next that has a lot of protein in it. Because I really want to get heavy on the protein. When your body is so used to carbs, your energy is burnt on sugars, and you get wore out. I mean, you start to get a little tired and stuff. But what I'm hearing about the protein diet, it'll build up muscle. It'll build up tolerance. I mean, you'll feel a lot better. And I'll give you, after a couple months, I'll give a review on this diet and tell you how I feel I feel a lot better now that I've lost this 20 pounds. I got a lot more energy. I can breathe. And, I got a big chest. I mean, I got skinny legs, small butt, and I'm starting to see a little bit of muscle in my structure. I just need to lose about 5 more pounds of fat. I think it's all that, and I think this protein diet will burn the fat instead of burning the sugar. So that's the way it's going to be. I'll give you try to get a video out of a new recipe every week, and I'm really proud of what I'm doing. It's been a journey. I'm 63. I need to think about my longevity, and if I keep going the way I was going, who knows what would have happened. So that's it. I not go for daily walks, and I'll try to get a couple miles in a day if I can. A good mile if I can, for sure. So this is the Protein Palace and Retail Traders. I hope I'm do some good for some of you that are a little unhealthy, and you can follow my diet along with me. Get in the kitchen with the wife. Get in there with the kids. Cook up a meal. The best place to be sometimes besides the bathroom is in the kitchen. Have a great day.